What's going on, everyone? 1 month later here, coming back. Very first weekend of the month, right? Hello, everyone. Yeah, wave, say goodbye. Oop. That's right there. Don't worry about that. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about the comics that we liked from this last month. 1 month later, so we're catching up. Talking pop culture over here is definitely catching up. He's currently going through his list, trying to decide what he wants
Still
from.
my September ordering.
There you
which
go.
I won't get until
November.
after September, October. I won't get till the second week of October.
I feel like you're like 2 months behind, honestly, man. You say you're a month behind.
And a half, to be honest. It's like a month and a half.
Right? But other than that, you know us, Omni City Comics, Manny reads comics, talking pop culture. Make sure you give us a follow if you haven't. But to join in, to start it off, Omni City, Carlos, what do you got?
June was a good month, man. I think that it's been one of the heaviest months for me. There were so many books that I got and so much stuff that I can talk about and that I would like to talk about. But the four books that I want to highlight is going to be Eve, Nice House on the Lake, Noctera, and Radiant Black.
Nice.
I want to start with Nice House on the Lake, man, because Nice House on the Lake was the biggest surprise, I think, for me out of all the books, just because it took a turn that I was not expecting, like, whatsoever. I knew that it was going to be horror, but just how graphic and unsettling it was.
Yeah.
And the actual like mystery now of what the hell is going on really caught me, and a horror book hasn't gotten me like that in a very long time. I mean, it's James Tynion. He's been amazing in just about, not just about, in everything that he's written. And from what he's posted online in interviews, he's put in a lot of love. He's been working on this title for a long time, so I can't wait to see where it's gonna go. And that was my biggest surprise and my biggest enjoyment, I think, for the month of June. The next book that I want to talk about is Radiant Black. Now, Radiant Black, I thought about this hard, man. As far as what really is my favorite book that I'm reading right now. I have a lot of favorites, but what is the definite book that I have to read, that it's the first one that I open up, and it's Radiant Black, man. I came to that conclusion. It was Noctera, and it's been Noctera, but
Noctera's kind of fallen off just because it's taking so long to get to. So is Radiant Black. They're monthlies, but I feel like I've forgotten everything that's happened in Noctera.
Yeah, and exactly what you mentioned. I'm gonna touch on that right now. And Radiant Black was pretty slow, I guess, in terms of crazy action and big things happening. I think that me and you talked about how the first 3 issues we were just following Nathan around like his regular life, I guess, him dealing with more his personal issues than him actually being a superhero. But we were enjoying it because the writing was just so good. But issues 4 and 5, not gonna spoil 5 because Matt hasn't gotten it yet. But
Matt hasn't read 5, so we're only going up to 4, but it's still good. Still good so far.
Exactly. And 4 was a bombshell. That was a twist. It was a huge twist. And Radiant Black would have been my number 1 pick for this month, had issue 5 not been the one that came out. But 4 was a bombshell, and then 5 just picks up with the action, and it's really propelling the series forward and setting up, the actual action of the comic, and it's just not slowing down. Every issue, it's building momentum, and that's why Radiant Black right now is my absolute favorite title. The next one that I want to talk about is Eve. Eve has been just a wonderful story. It has so much heart. The main character, Eve, she's just this kid, man, that is just just gun ho about everything. You know, she's overcoming her fears. She's got a fighting spirit, and the world building is really interesting. I want to learn more about it. You know, and it being rooted in environmentalism, I think, is a very interesting aspect that the comic focuses on. And I can't think of many other comics that build their story around that. But yeah, man, just Eve being this kid that's out to save the world, it's exciting. I enjoy those kinds of stories, and I can't wait for the next issue. And then Noctera. I still love Noctera, but like you mentioned, it's starting to fall off a bit in terms of, I guess, the pacing and the action, because we do want to find out, like, where's this going, right? And we're getting a lot of backstory, which I'm enjoying and I love, but I feel like Noctera would read very, very well. Well, it's already a great read, but it would read even better if you were to sit down and get maybe like, 7 issues, or at least finish out this arc. Because like you said, it's taking time, for us to get a resolution. And recently I've had to go and read the last, issue or two to make sure that I remember exactly where I left off and what's happening. So I feel like Noctera is going to be one of those, titles that's gonna just be elevated when it comes out, like in a
trade,
in a hardcover, yeah, in trade, hardcover, omnibus, whatever. But I still love it. I mean, the art is still top notch. Val is still a badass character, and there's still a lot of mystery, for us to discover.
Matt, did you read any of those books?
Nocatera, issue, what's the one? Sorry, spoilers. Well, shit. No one should have spoilers. A month behind is where she pushes the old man out the back of the car.
Yeah.
He jumps out. He's shooting him and he dies.
Yeah.
That's issue 3.
Issue 3. Issue 3. Yeah. Yeah. I'm up to issue 3 on that one.
Issue 3.
See, that one was badass because at the end of that one,
I love the way she looks, man. I like when she's in her costume, like a superhero outfit, whatever you want. I call it. I freaking love it, man.
I'm a little
upset. So
actually, I can't tell you. No, I was gonna mention something about her face mask, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
I do like it. I definitely do like it. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I'm reading Radiant Black as well, but obviously an issue behind. My issue ended with Marshall. Again, spoiler if other people haven't read it. Marshall becoming the new Radiant Black. So I'm loving Radiant Black. Probably up there in my top 3 at the moment. So
yeah, man.
That was such a great way for Nathan to go out too, though. Like he died
a lot
a
of
hero.
people, like, I'm in these other group chats, with other people, and I kind of got a bit feisty with them because this shittest comic book. The first 3 issues are pointless. And I'm like, yeah, but they're building up the guy, and then they take him away. Oh yeah, but it's only 3 issues, and I'm like, yeah, but do you see it as, like issue 2 where he's talking about all his writing problems and all of that he's probably talking about himself, Kyle Higgins. It's Kyle Higgins, right? That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, he's probably talking about himself and all his struggles, and the first 3 issues are very emotional. I don't know about you guys, but like they're very emotional for me. And then when he died, I was like, are you what? But yeah, I don't understand how people didn't.
People just like to complain.
Don't bother reading the first 3 issues. Start from issue 4.
That's it. People like to complain. People are over here saying like, oh, all comic books just follow the same formula.
I can't complain because we all saw my rant on Detective Comics, so we were.
And then when a comic does go outside of that formula, it's like, oh well, why do we even read those 3 issues? Like, come on, man. Like,
and they started going on about how he destroyed Power Rangers and all this stuff, and I'm just like, jeez, man, like, stick. And then they're talking about how Marvel and DC are so great, and I'm like, okay, you're one of those fanboys that just only love Marvel, just only love DC, and indies don't matter. But I Radiant Black, hands down, would be my top 3, hands down. It's the one that I put on the top of my reading list. Like, as soon as because I get this many books, straight at the top, man, straight at the top.
Same here, man. I feel like it's really coming together.
It's funny because of all my indies now, Nocatera, Radiant Black, and I'm sure when I start reading I should get good. Is it good luck that you give me one too?
Uh,
Well, that's definitely going to go at the top. Maybe it's going to go down the bottom after that reaction.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And then there was another couple indies. Like all my indies are now at the top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to have like these indies. I used to put them at the bottom of the rating list and go through all my DC and Marvel first. But now all the indies are straight at the top.
I can't
And I'm
wait till
finding
you,
like all my ones that I used to love, like Detective Comics, Batman, they're Flash. They're all down the bottom, man.
you said you did order Good Luck.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you read it. I
Yeah,
know.
and like,
I know
look,
how much you'll love
Well, I'm doing my September ordering now, so if it's no good, just tell me and I'll fucking take it off the pull list. Because I don't know if you've realised, did you see how many freaking covers there are for Amazing Spider-Man? What the hell's going on with Amazing Spider-Man? September.
let's go.
There's like 20 covers.
Let's go
it.
on
New
a
story.
let's go on a quick tangent for Good Luck, because I do want to mention it. And
Talk
Good-
about it. I haven't read it, but talk about it.
yeah, so look, Good Luck. It's not that it's a bad comic. I don't want to say that, because it's more of my fault that I like to believe that I understand just about every story that like I read, and that I'm able to really understand the comics and even complex like storylines and all that stuff. But I don't know what it is that I sat down and I read Good Luck twice, and I feel like I don't really get it.
You said you don't like dialogue, Matt. You're not gonna finish.
Has it got a lot of dialogue?
It's mostly, man.
Listen, it's not that I don't like a lot of dialogue. Like, Nice House on the Lake, mate. Matt's got a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's intriguing. It's
It
you're
all
reading
adds
it
to
and
it, yeah.
like, okay, I'm invested in this conversation between the characters. It's the people like Ben Diaz and that have this long last dialogue that you just like, the conversation's gone, feels like it's going nowhere. Is that what this one has?
Man,
It's
so
not even-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, basically the way I'm seeing and I'm hoping that I'm right is that this one is just laying out everything, like not even kind of like giving you a little mystery and figuring it out as you go along. It's just like, this is the world, this is how it works. Let me show you exactly how it works, and like just step by step of everything that's going on. And then by the end of the book, it's like, all right, here's the adventure. Here's what's going to happen. Like that's what I think is going to happen. Like books 2 through 5, it's going to be an actual like what we're used to in comic books. But number 1 was just like just everything, throwing up all the information. Basically, like when you start a board game, it's the person just reading all the rules to you, and that's all it is.
Right. And you know what? I will say this: the art is actually really, really great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the art, the character designs, the color work, the setting, everything. It artistically, it's a beautiful book. I just feel like it's more my fault that I really didn't quite understand the book. And I promised myself that I'm actually going to reread it again, and that's one of the books that I have on my list of books that I want to reread.
I think I'll reread it after I read the whole series. I think that'll be a lot better. If you read the whole series, it's because it's only 5 issues. So if you read the whole series and you get that whole contained story,
Oh, is it only a 5-issue series?
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh, well, fuck, I'll get them all and I'll just
Yeah.
leave them to the side and read it at once.
Which is why I'm gonna give it another try. Continue with it. Get the 5 issues. Support the creators because they put time and effort into the book. And 5 issues I can do. And you know what, man? Who knows? Maybe by issue 2, and once I go back and reread it, I'm gonna gain much more of an appreciation for that, because it has happened with a couple books in the past where my first read I was like, I don't really know. It's kind of okay, and then it gets to issue 2, 3, and then I sit down and I reread the first 3 issues, and it becomes one of my favorite books. So I'm hoping that that's the case with Good Luck, but don't let it discourage you. Try it out, man. At least give the first issue a try.
Yeah, no, I'll read it.
So yeah, but the 2 last things for me, touching on what you mentioned, man, that your indie books have gone, they're on the top of your reading pile. If you notice, the books that I mentioned and the ones that I touched on for June, they're all indies, man. There's not one Marvel and DC book. Not that there aren't great stuff for Marvel and
I
DC.
mean, DC's got Nightwing right now, which
Yeah, Nightwing is fucking phenomenal, man. Over at Marvel, Black Widow and Captain Marvel are probably they're probably my two favorite Marvel books right now. To be honest, and they're amazing. And what's funny is that I didn't start reading Captain Marvel and Black Widow up until what was it, many a month ago?
yeah, I want to say at least no more than 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months now actually. Yeah, 2 months. Um, and I love Kelly Thompson's writing so damn much that I tracked down all of the Black Widow issues. Her Captain Marvel series has been out for a while now. I mean, we're already in issue 30. I wasn't able to track all of them down, but I went back and I reread, just about every issue on Marvel Unlimited because I got a subscription to that. And shit, man, it's just such a good book. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that I may sound like a broken record on all of our streams, but indies this year, man, just have been phenomenal, and they really are what I'm most excited about.
And there's still so many coming out, man.
No, it's
Heaps. But with that being said, I do want to touch on one Marvel book, and it's not really a series, but something that I really enjoyed, and I'm not gonna spoil it too much for you, Matt. But Planet Size X-Men.
Are you gonna read that, Matt? No. Okay.
no, probably not.
Gotcha. Well,
I haven't read any X-Men, so what's the point? You know what I mean? I'll be lost.
That's true.
gotcha. Well, I just want to touch on Planet Size X-Men real quick by Jerry Dugan, who is the current writer of Marauders, which is probably my favorite, if not my second favorite X-Men book right now. But he's going to be taking over the X-Men title from Jonathan Hickman, and Jonathan Hickman's going to be moving over to the Inferno storyline. But Planet Size X-Men just really cemented my trust in Jerry Dugan taking over the X-Men title. It felt like a movie, like a sci-fi movie was unfolding on the pages for me. And it really was a combination of the ideas that Jerry Dugan was, putting into the book, and Pepe Larraz's phenomenal art. I think he is definitely the best comic artist right now in terms of, what he can do on the pages and how cinematic he can make, just every page feel. And the colors by Marte Gracia. He has to be the best colorist in the game right now. I feel like the team up of Pepe Larraz and Marte Gracia, there is no better artistic team out there right now.
I would have to counter that, honestly. With I don't know if they're not teaming up right now, but anytime Jorge Jimenez and Alejandro Sanchez get together, that they did a bunch of Justice League. So
all right,
Tank is all out, mate. Ed Broadbreaker and Sean Phillips is the best team up of all time. I don't care. Don't worry about Greg Capullo and Snyder. Ed Broadbreaker and Sean Phillips. Continue.
And you know what, Manny? I will accept your counter.
And you would completely ignore mine.
I haven't read any of those books that you're talking about, so I have to ignore it.
And this is the thing. I think that Ed Brubaker is an amazing writer. I've read a lot of his stuff. I haven't read those books that you mentioned, but I've been meaning to. But yeah, man, I was just really excited about reading Planet Size X-Men, man, and what it's setting up for the future of the X-Men. I just think that the X-Men have been, Jonathan Hickman completely redefined them and who they are and their place in the Marvel universe. And after this book, I think that Jerry Dugan is gonna continue with that. So I'm excited for the X-Men relaunch and what we're gonna be getting. But yeah, I just
Man,
really.
but to continue down this tangent, I'm sorry, Matt, because I know you haven't read this, but it's just like, I just feel like this is just an answer to Aroka, or is it Aroka or Araka?
Arako?
Arako. Arako, I think it's just an answer of like, all right, we don't want this to come down the line and be a plot hole if they're not attacking or anything. So let's just send them to Mars and let them be happy there. And now we'll just continue storylines here and there. I do not think that, other than like the sword, like a sword title maybe, I don't think we'll touch on Mars again for a while. I doubt it. I have my doubts that we'll go back to it.
Gotcha. Well, let's say that they don't really touch on it that much, right? It's still though the idea that the X-Men,
that was badass. Yeah.
Are capable, exactly, are fucking capable of doing something like that, and basically putting on this whole gala. Which, by the way, I will absolutely admit when the Hellfire Gala event was first announced and we were getting a lot of the different costumes and all of that, dude, I was like, this is kind of goofy as shit, man. And I was overtly negative, when the solicits were first coming out, and I should have put a little bit more trust in the creative teams, and that's my fault. But dude, it just turned out to be just a great event, a great storyline. So the fact that the X-Men were able to even do something like fucking basically terraform Mars,
yeah,
and the way that it was.
That's what I was gonna say, Matt. Basically, what they did is they made Mars possible. The mutants were able to make Mars a livable planet. They terraformed it. They created water. They put water there. They put like biological systems in the like economical systems.
Made the soil capable of action. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like there was this, I don't know who that guy is, but like this guy that can like pretty much do anything that he thinks of, and he created like a whole home base for them there. Like, I don't know who that is, but that's like overpowered as fuck. Like, damn. How does he even do that? Like, who is that? You know what I'm talking? The guy that like literally birthed that station or whatever.
Oh no! So what he did is, that's Captain Brennan's brother, Jamie Braddock, and he has the ability to basically, like kind of like the Scarlet Witch. He's able to like control matter basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
He seems overpowered, just like Scarlet Witch, honestly. But
he has the ability to alter reality, and he is extremely powerful, very 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 powerful, super Omega, like kind of mutant. But yeah, man, Plants vs X-Men. Just wanted to touch on that.
To continue down the Marvel tangent, I'm surprised you didn't mention this, but Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. You don't want to talk about that?
That is the, and I think that is because I mentioned it before, but I still think that is the best Spider-Man title out there right now, man. Like hands down, it really is the best.
It's not hard to beat Bipolar Spencer, who finally is off.
So now both of you aren't caught up with Spencer's run. Like I'm the only one that's completely caught up with Spencer's run, right?
Yeah, because again, I'm reading his issues in like a 3 to 4. Like I'm saving 3 to 4 issues because I think that I mentioned this before. I see that I just enjoy Spencer's run more when I'm able to get from one issue to another, and I can get more of a complete story. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would just say that I can't wait for Sinister War and to move on to Batman Beyond, Spider-Man Beyond. Let's just put it that way. Like I just want to jump in.
You're not giving me much hope here, man. Spider Shadow, though. Yes, granted, there's not much competition. I guess that book is going up against in terms of like Spider-Man stories, but objectively, even if we were to go back, we'll say 5 years or whatever, Spider-Man Shadow is just one of the best Spider-Man stories that I've read, man, and just enjoyable. And it's in a different, it's a what if story, but it's just fucking good, man. It's just
did you pick that up, Matt?
Nah, I was going to, but then, man,
it was just too late.
Just too much.
No,
too much. And then after you guys were saying how great it was, I was thinking about jumping on it. Then I'm just like, I look at my orders and I'm thinking, oh, I've got to ease up, man.
Yeah,
Like I know.
I mean, look, for as amazing as it is, it's not a book that, at least at this point, it's not a book that's heating up in the sense that, you know, every issue is going for 15, $20. So I'm sure that later down the line, man, if you want to pick it up,
I'm honestly, I'll probably read it on Marvel Unlimited.
yeah, there you go.
To be honest, like
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. I'm slowly, cause like I said, I only started reading Marvel last 5 years. Been DC my whole life, but
For sure.
I'll slowly I'm up to Straczynski's Thor. Then I'm gonna read Secret Invasion. Then I'm gonna read Dark Avengers, Dark Wolverine. Then I'm gonna read Siege. Like I'm learning, like you know what I mean. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up, and then X-Men's the next on my list to get into,
For sure.
and then so I can start getting X-Men on my titles. But it's just too many Spider-Man at the moment. We're non-stop. There's
I hear you, man.
amazing Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man Shadow. There's I don't know Spider-Man Symbiote still bloody going, and you know what I mean. There's just so many
You're so dumb.
Spider-Man. It's like Batman. Yeah, there's just too many. So I just want to. I don't want to go out of hand like where I've been with Batman at the moment and gone like so many Batman titles that I'm just really not enjoying Batman at the moment. So I'm just trying to. I want to get it, but I think I might just read it on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Though I am loving that Fantastic Four life story. Jeez, I've read the first issue of that. I love that.
I haven't jumped on that.
I'm mad I didn't.
I don't know, maybe because it's different for me, but I like it's pretty much their whole origin story.
Yeah,
you know,
kinda like-
60s, 70s,
Yeah,
I think it was, and
it-
oh,
It's the same premise as Spider-Man life story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
no, I didn't read that one. But like the way they just explained the whole 10 years, it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel all over the place. It felt really good. So
That's cool. You know
I
what?
really
My
enjoyed that one.
shop still has. We're on issue 2 now, I think.
It's
I've ordered
about to come
issue
out.
2. I just ordered issue 3 for September. So yeah, issue 2.
Yeah, my shop still has a bunch of issue number 1, so I might pick it up. But Manny,
Yeah, I like the art as well on that. The art looks good in it.
cool. But Manny, since you touched on Spider Shadow, I know that you were like, nah, screw that. I'm not gonna read it. I have no interest. And then you finally, objectively though, it's pretty good, right?
Like the only reason I got it was because I was at one of my shops and they still had every single issue. I was like,
I gotcha.
all right. So I mean, if they have every single issue, and at this point, I will say that I thought that there was only 4. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Let's go ahead and do it. And then they were like, oh no, we're gonna do a 5th issue. But yeah, no, it's good. My only complaint, which I probably get a lot of flack for, but I don't like the symbiote suit. I don't like the design, like the mouth and everything.
Oh, the mouth?
It's just weird. But I guess that's to add to the whole like realism, I guess, to the uncertainty of is this Peter Parker or whatever, like.
And the just the overall like creepiness vibe to it. You know, it's unsettling.
Unsettling. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel with this suit and just what's going on with like Peter, man.
And the
way
art, it's the art that does it too. Like just, is it Noto that does this? Okay, yeah, his art.
Sorry, yes.
That's what his art does. When he was on Daredevil, like on Daredevil, I didn't like it. It was just too much. It was just weird. But like in this What If story, it works perfectly. So. But,
yeah, man.
But yeah, it's good. I guess whatever. I'll read it. I'll finish it.
As because I just ordered Ordinary Gods 2. Is that coming out yet, or is that this month or next month?
It's
Ordinary
next
Gods
week.
is coming out next week.
And I'm excited.
Next week.
That's one I'm pretty excited for. Yeah.
Yeah, very excited for it.
Because I just ordered issue 2 for September. So what? It's going on a break, is it? Already 1 issue and then.
But no.
No, it's coming out next week, and
Yeah.
I get. Oh wow, the next one's not until September. Wow.
Oh, is it? Oh shit! Then really September?
Are you sure? Let's find out.
Hang on, Ordinary Gods issue 8.
A month break after it debuted.
Wait, issue 8 in September. Have I fucked up?
Let's see. Number 2 comes out August 11th.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Manny.
So then it's number 3 for.
Yeah.
3 September.
September
I don't know
8th.
why I've written number 8 in my pull list, but anyway.
Because September 8th is when it comes out.
Issue 2,
Yeah,
obviously.
no, I don't know why I wrote issue 8, but anyway.
Oh, issue 8. I see.
I might have meant to write issue 8 for something else, and
I think.
Radiant Black meant to be issue 8.
I mean, honestly, I feel like you just wrote 8 because it comes out September 8th, so you just put that 8 down.
Probably.
I don't know how your brain works, but I feel like that's probably what happened. You just mixed up the numbers.
And in September, it's going to be Radiant Black 8, I think.
Yeah, see, that's what I've done.
That's
I've
another
fucking
one,
meant to
yeah.
put Radiant Black. I've got Radiant Black 7. I was meant to put Radiant Black 8, and I've deleted Ordinary Gods.
What it's
Put 8 in there
starting to
instead.
sound like to me is that
I hope my
you just,
mate, when I've made these mistakes, has realised that I made these mistakes, and fucking when he did my ordering.
it sounds like you just need to go back to your local comic shop and be caught up every
Mate,
single
I
week.
wouldn't be able to get. For September, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's
Look,
DC.
man, I can count all the way to
22,
40 too,
23,
man.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
Thank you.
34 comics coming. Mind you, 3 of them are variants of Deathstroke. But yes, that in Australia would cost me freaking easily $200 a week.
I'm just
$250 a
saying,
week.
man, those are rookie
Right?
numbers.
My comic
I
shop
don't know what
online
you're
is
trying
going
to
to cost
say.
me $150
You-
for all of them.
You're literally counting issues instead of series, man. You got some rookie numbers right now, man. Come on.
I got 28 Ben series, if you want to be 29 series, because 3 of them were Deathstroke covers. So I got 29. I'm collecting 29. Mind you, I used to collect only 10 or 11 because I couldn't afford it. But my comic shop, being, I'm getting the American dollar value.
I'm over
Yo,
here.
that's fucking 3 times.
I've gone from paying $8.50 a comic to freaking $3, $4 a comic.
It's not bad.
Damn, you
The
made me,
rest I'd be sitting here, nah, haven't read that, nah, haven't read that, nah, haven't read that, nah, haven't read that, nah, haven't read that.
you made me
And-
go over to my September pulls, and I'm like, oh man, these are gonna be, oof.
September's
It's a lot,
ruthless. September's ruthless, man. Like going through it. September's is probably the worst month so far this year. Of how many comics? It's ridiculous. Because DC released Titans United, and I wanted to get that, but I didn't realize Deathstroke was going to have fucking 4 covers and a foil cover. And then you've got there's another new release on DC as well, Black Manta. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is Black Manta's first ever solo title, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, first ever.
There's just so many new ones coming, and then Batman going on to fortnightly or bi-weekly, you guys say, but oh man, it's going to be a ruthless month, September.
June was.
Mind you, 80% of them I'm not looking forward to. Like the only ones I'm enjoying is Joker, probably from DC. Joker, Nice House on the Lake, and probably Nightwing. I haven't got to read Shazam yet, but hopefully when I get that, Suicide Squad's all right. It's not like the best. The rest, forget. I haven't read Batman Reptilian. I'll get that this batch that's coming. Batman Superman though, however, that's Joker and Batman Superman are probably the 2 most solid titles at the moment for DC. And I know people are going to sit there and think, oh no,
Interesting.
I'm not reading Titans Academy, but that's because I'm just
How do
DC's
you
doing such a bad job. Yo,
how do you feel that they're canceling Batman Superman? Man, that sucks.
what?
You didn't know, bro? You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No, when that I just ordered September.
Bro.
When's that?
Yeah, that's the last issue. Batman Superman has been canceled.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, dude. It was canceled. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No worries, we'll cancel the books that are doing good. We're DC. You like something, we'll get rid of it for you.
I'm mad about it though because like I quit. I dropped Batman Superman at 16, so I'm like, man, I could have just continued until I finished, but
and you had a completed run.
Exactly, and now I have to go hunt if I feel like which I don't. So
It's actually an intriguing, good story. So I don't know why the hell that's happened. What else am I reading? Amazing Spider-Man, obviously a bit boring. Moon Knight, is that issue 1 come yet?
It's coming next month.
Oh, it's next month.
Yep.
Shang-Chi, I read. I didn't really like. I felt it was very kiddie, that first issue. I don't know if you guys read it or
the one
not.
with
Shang-Chi
Spider-Man.
issue 1 where he's versing Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say kiddie, but it's more. I'd say
It
traditional.
felt kiddie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like he's a teenager in it, Shang-Chi. Didn't feel like he's an adult. I don't know if it's just me, but it just felt very,
You know what?
like, for the young adults, you know what I mean? It wasn't written for old adults.
I feel like it was more traditional, like wholesome comics. Just
Yeah.
just a fun, like, martial arts kind of. Again,
Well, I've noticed every issue that I've bought, because I'm obviously, I see 3 issues ahead because I'm doing orderings, pre-orders and that, but he fights Avengers and he fights Fantastic Four. I don't know if I'm going to like that, man. I just want a Shang-Chi story of him and, whether it's the rings or him beefing with his sister, his dad. I don't want the whole fighting, the whole freaking Marvel universe.
yeah.
Star Wars Darth Vader, though, I'll tell you what, like, I would love to get this bounty crossover that they're doing, but, man, it's just way too many books. I'm not a massive, I'm not, anyway, a massive Star Wars fan, but I love Darth Vader. Like, he's my favourite character in this franchise. That's why I'm reading it. It's a really good book, man, but they've got this massive crossover happening with the bounty hunters and all that. Oh, I want to get it, but
Too much.
it's just, oh, man, like every single Star Wars book, you know what I mean? Like, it's a massive event. Thor's starting to drop off. I don't know about you guys. Are you not reading Thor, or
I mean, I'm still loving Thor, man, and
still loving it?
yeah, and I feel like it's building up to that next really big like event, and Donny Cates tends to do that, man. Like, we're getting a good story right now, in my opinion, and the next like really big event's coming, man. And I feel like we're finally gonna be touching on, or not touching on, but revisiting that vision that Thor had. Where Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet and the fucking Mjolnir hammer. So I'm excited about that.
Well, actually, grabbing off Thor and going back to make Spider-Man. Is September Spencer's last one? Because I noticed it's a $10 American book.
74.
74, and I think that is in September. Yeah.
Yeah, that's September, because there's like, man, there is like 20 covers for this book. I just seen, I've seen it's only got the 1 issue.
I'm only getting covered A.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually, no, I'm getting, I don't know if you got, there's the Miles Morales 10-year anniversary, so I'm going to I've ordered the Amazing Spider-Man variant of that. I've ordered the Shang-Chi variant, which guys check out the Shang-Chi variant of Miles Morales and Shang-Chi. It looks freaking awesome. And then I ordered the Thor variant as well, which has Miles Morales and Loki.
Yep.
I love the look of the way they've done Miles Morales in it. But what I'm enjoying, my last one, which is hands down the greatest book, my number 1 on my pull list, the one that, well, it goes on the top with Radiant Black. It's always, which one do I want to read? Which one do I want to read? Firepower. Oh, just say that, mate. I tell ya, number 1 book on my pull list. Number 1 book on my pull list. It gets better and better and better and better, and I'm just, when you're just waiting like, fuck, it's gonna drop. It's gotta drop off sooner or later. Can't keep getting better and better. But just the twists, the turns, the action, the art, just
2 dudes.
Towards the characters. It's just, I'm loving it. I'm so happy I picked it up. Like, it was just like, I actually seen that when I was reading, I can't remember what book I was reading, and I just seen it. You know how they advertise comics coming soon. I thought, oh, Firepower, I might read this one. I love my Kung Fu. Let's see how this goes. And man, I'm so happy that I did. Because I picked up that, and he started another one at the same time. What was it?
Well, the only other book
Oblivion. Was he writing Oblivion?
Yeah.
Oblivion song?
Oblivion song.
Kirkman? Yeah. I think I must have seen it in there. But yeah, £5 man, I tell you, pick it up. If you like your kung fu and all, and not even if you don't, pick it up. Promise you.
There was two dudes at my shop. I think it was the week. I think it was this week or last week. I don't remember, but there was two dudes at the shop that were talking about Firepower and how fucking awesome it was, and I thought, and I gotta jump on it.
Get it?
You know,
Nah,
Man-
man, he's shaking his head.
man,
Hey, Carlo, long lost Carlo, if he's still out there, if he's survived the Thanos snap, I don't know where he's gone, but Carlo's jumped on it and he's loving it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey.
he go ahead.
Oh, I was okay. What do you got for June, man? We haven't heard from you. What are you loving?
Man, I'm loving everything y'all have said. But like, what's his name? Matt just went on a whole tangent of everything on his list. Got me started looking at everything on my list. I just subscribed to Batman Secret Files, Miracle Molly. It's just gonna be a one shot, but it looks good.
It is a one shot. I wanted to get that, but like, I just don't know.
It's the fact that the title. If it was just Miracle Molly, I would be 100% down to get it. What's making me hesitant is just the whole Batman Secret Files. I don't know.
Well,
What
I've
that,
got two Batman Secret Files books that said it was about one character, but then there's 5 different
yeah.
character like thingos. There's 5 different stories. It's not just about. I don't know if it'll be just about Miracle Molly, but the other Secret Files that I've got, it's 5 different stories kind of thing. It's not just one story. That's why I didn't want to grab it. I'm like, nah. If it's like the other 2 Secret Files that I got, because I remember Tom Taylor wrote one of them. I'll just decided to get it.
Speaking of Tom Taylor, you're asking me 7 Secrets. That's one of my favorites right now.
Oh, Seven Secrets. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so hard.
I seen that there, and I thought I'll leave something for Manny to bring up.
Yeah, no, 7 Secrets is amazing. You're still one issue behind, right?
Yep. My issue was. Fuck. Reading too many issues, I forget now. I would have read.
The latest one is number 9.
Yes, I would have read. Keep talking.
I was gonna say you for sure read where they like got attacked and everything got blown up and everything like that.
He had to because that was almost 3 months ago.
Yeah, the reveal of the first secret.
That's my monthly poll, mate. And thank you for they come bag and boarded, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. Because you're not gonna do it, so.
They'll be down the bottom because it's one of the first ones I've read.
No, but yeah, no, you definitely read the issue where like they revealed the first secret and like just the fact that these secrets can be that explosive. See what I did there? No, just the
Too
fact.
soon, man.
8.
Yeah, 8. So yeah,
cool.
you read the last issue.
Let me just see what happened at the end because I fucking can't remember.
Oh, I can't.
That one was where they traveled to the. They went through like, I guess the ferry or whatever.
That was 8. Are you sure that's not 7?
Oh shit, that was 7.
Let me look.
Oh damn, you might be right. That was 7. Fuck.
Shit, honestly.
Yeah, so it's after they got out of that, and
Yeah,
and they're traveling through.
Oh, that's it. Switzerland went missing. The briefcase revealed
right.
that it can get rid of
A
countries.
whole country.
Right, and now they're trying to get that briefcase. Right.
And
That's where I'm up to.
one of the questions that I had on that one is like, does that briefcase when it opens, does it automatically know the borders of wherever location it is, and it just destroys that border, or like that country itself, or is it like, oh, it just so happened to be the exact size of Sweden, and now it's gone.
And another question that I had, in the same vein is, all right, so you open the briefcase, you release the secret. How do you put it back in?
Someone needs to come after, because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone needs to go pick up that secret. No one has that at the moment.
So that's kind of what I'm saying. So like you open up the briefcase, boom, secret's revealed, and then you close it up, and then if you open it back up again, like boom again. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It's just a question
That is a good question. Or maybe like after it happens, it just goes back to a certain spot. I don't know how that works. Maybe we'll find out soon.
Because the secret, was technically the atom bomb, right? Or
Whatever it was, yeah, it was a bomb, 100% a bomb.
Some kind of bomb, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry, guys. I'm just watching Colombia play Uruguay in the Copa America. I'm just, yeah.
Nah, you could-
And
I'm just
then
getting a bit, jumpy. I get a bit edgy when I'm.
and then
I
I'll
love
say
football, sorry.
Nightwing is pretty good, but except for Heartless, I hated the fact that Heartless was a metahuman and he like Nightwing could like pretty much piss anybody off. You know, like
Oh yeah, Nightwing. What happened in my Nightwing issue? Now that you're saying that, because that's all right. I'm enjoying that.
Well, actually,
the
Matt-
homeless people. Fuck me, got me.
Because Matt.
oh yeah, Matt hasn't read that, yeah. So my bad. I mean, I didn't give anything away,
Yeah, he's read 80.
but
Yeah, hey, you can talk. You can talk about it, man. It's like,
80.
dude, it's not. Radiant
Nah.
Black's the only one you're not allowed to spoil.
Which is funny because it's the one that he wanted to spoil. Remember? And
Yeah.
we were like,
Yeah, and you guys are like, don't, no, trust
it's
me.
not gonna happen. We're not gonna do it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It ended with
The reveal. When
The
they
reveal
came
part,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next issue is where he fights Atlas, and apparently it's. I'm assuming. Well, no, he's not going to die in Nightwing, but
No.
I thought Nightwing loses, but that's what they should have done. But
But with that, I'm hoping that Nightwing continues to have Tim Drake around. Like, I hope that goes for more than one storyline because I like Tim there.
they've got to bring Tim Drake back. Poor bloke's been thrown in the freaking Dark Knight. The long lost Robin. No one remembers him anymore.
I mean, they even killed him off.
Bill
For a second.
Nightwing, Damien, Red Hood. Look, they've all got their own series except him.
Because he doesn't need
Shit,
one.
they're even pushing what's the yellow? What was the Robin?
Spoiler?
Signal.
Nah.
Signal,
Nah,
yeah.
he was in Future State as Signal. That's the one.
Signal.
Like he was getting more of a push than poor old Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Dude, when it
But
comes
now
to
that he's coming in the Titans show, I think they'll start pushing him in the comics again. That's what they always do.
I've always thought that Signal was kind of goofy, man. Even
He was a shit character. No, sorry, forgive me, but he was just shit. It was just a crap character. It was a rushed. They didn't take their time. It was just a rushed, shitty character.
even his like introduction, because his introduction all kind of happened because his parents ended up being fucking like gassed or turned by the Joker, right?
Yeah.
From what I
Yeah.
you remember.
But the Joker did it on purpose, right? Because of the whole death metal shit.
Yeah, and that's where it got super confusing. Where like there was this big mystery as to like why he was important and why the Joker targeted him, and it just felt weird as fuck. And then he ended up,
Because I feel like Joker doesn't give a shit about that. Why would Joker care about someone with powers?
yeah, exactly. And so that just felt weird to me. And then he stuck around, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's saying
And
like,
also, and also his costume is I don't know.
yeah, it's costumes or whatever.
He fucking looks like Bumblebee.
Yeah,
Transformer.
he's trying to be the opposite of the Dark Knight. He's trying to be the opposite of like being a night owl, basically.
And
Because I remember they brought Tim Drake back in Detective Comics. Like they did the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Even Clayface was a part of freaking the Bat family at that point.
that was actually cool, man. I actually liked that team. It was in a Detective, right? When it was Batwoman, Clayface, Cassandra.
And Batman. I think Tim Drake came back into it.
Before he got fucking murked. And
Yeah, is that what happened? Did he die? Because I can't remember what happened to him in that series. He died.
Yes and no.
that's the thing, yes and no, right? Because he got like murked, but then it was
Dr.
Jor-El, right?
Oz.
Huh?
I said Dr. Oz, but it turned out to be Jor-El, right?
Jor-El, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. End up in Superman's dad. That's it.
The only thing that I hated during that time period was how weird they characterized Stephanie. After Tim like supposedly got killed, and just the weird path that she took, and like joining that like culty ass group, like the underground or whatever, like that. I don't know, that shit was weird as fuck. And
I didn't read it.
that's kind of where I dropped off, to be honest with you, like in all of DC for a while. Um,
Yeah, see, I wanted to drop it, but I just stick through it. You just got to stick through it, man.
yeah, I mean,
Eventually, the writers, just like Spider-Man, how it's been bad for a while now. I know other people are enjoying it, but I'm not. But you just got to stick through. Once they get the new creative team on, it's going to be, and that's why I realized issue 74 for Spider-Man is like going to be a big one, because I was reading the description and it's saying every story that Nick Spencer said in Spider-Man all ends in this one book. That book is going to feel so rushed and so all over the place.
well, I mean, hopefully a lot of that stuff is taken care of during Sinister War and
So I
70.
haven't read, has that those come out yet? I haven't read them yet.
No, not yet. And hopefully issue 74 just ends up being a nice wrap up. You know, to
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 70, 71, and 72 and 73 are gonna be like leading up to 74. It's not just gonna be like this a new story in 70 through 73 and then 74 just everything
Yeah.
ends. Like, nah, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I don't see that happening either. But you know, I mean, I don't know. What else are you excited for, man? Or what else were you excited for and enjoyed out of June?
Let me see real quick.
Obviously,
Yeah,
Batman, since his walls all Batman.
the main Batman's just because of variants right now. That box, it's mostly Batman. The next thing after that, I think it's I don't even know. But that box still has like two more Batman, but yeah, no. My wife was asking me about it. She's like, "What's the theme for this? For this month? Because it's July. Usually I do a theme. It's gonna be like Captain America or something because of 4th of July. But I'm tired of picking themes, so I'm going down the list.
Well, if you lived here in Australia, I would say Happy 4th of July. It's the 4th of July here in Australia.
Throw some fireworks for me. So, oh yeah, this month Wind came back, which was pretty cool, but it's starting off pretty slow. I don't know if you guys read that.
I haven't yet. No.
Huh?
Wind, WYND.
No, I read that.
It's Tinian as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Dude,
it is.
it's. I mean, I don't know if Wind is a like horror / action story. It doesn't look like it.
It's like a
but
fantasy.
yeah, I think that it's pretty. I think it's pretty impressive and pretty cool that Tinian can go from fucking shit up like in the lake and something is killing the children to something
Batman to Nice House on the Lake to freaking
to something
right everything.
to something fantastical like Wind. You know.
Yeah.
How would you know what I mean? Like, how would you, as a writer like that, having like completely different styles of stories, like, how the, like, oh, today I'm gonna write, you know what I mean? Like, how do they do it? How do they?
There, I can only imagine.
Like, I like to write, and like, I just always have my ideas in my head. I never actually put them to paper, but I could only write one genre. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't write 3 or 4 different genres. It'd be just so freaking hard.
I just always try and think about like what must be going on in their head, man. It's gotta be at the same time so fucking cool, but maybe even
You know what it is? I tell you, a lot of people don't.
overwhelming, man.
It's watching, just growing up, reading stories, and watching movies, man. It's, you take what you see off that and you mix it with yourself. Like, every time I watch a film or something, I'll think of ideas and that. Like, it's just soaking in everything they read and what they watch.
I'm sure.
That's how they can do it, man. Like,
I'm
you
just-
find people write the most sick, twisted stories. They're probably the nicest and kindest person. Like, it's just it's the creative mind, man. That can just do anything and think of anything.
I'm just happy that I can pay my $4, man, and enjoy some good ass storytelling.
It's been like this year. I've been enjoying it. I think comics have been a lot better than the previous year. Like, maybe not with the big house. Maybe not DC. Like, again, Marvel. I'm pretty fresh to, but I feel this year's probably been the best year when it came to comics.
Oh yeah, honestly, also Power Rangers. It's got 2 titles, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, but that one's been pretty good. It's been going on with the story for like the last 4 issues, but I do feel like one of those titles should end. But
I want to jump on a Power Ranger. Like, I want to, like, loving that as a kid. I want to read Power Rangers, and I want to read Ninja Turtles, but I'm just waiting for them to just do a reboot or something, and then I'll probably jump on it.
you
I
and
got
Nick, Go ahead.
No, no, I was just gonna say I got on Power Rangers and so far I'm fucking loving them, man. But I'm starting from like the very beginning. That's all. That was gonna say. Go ahead,
And
man.
Nick was over here saying that we all need to read Teenage Mutant Power or
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I can't.
Nick, go back and study, mate. I thought you were studying. What are you sitting watching? If you're sitting and watching, why don't you come on the show?
No, he was saying this in the chat before.
That doesn't matter.
So
You should be studying, not to
but
fall through glass windows.
I'm just saying, man, you guys need to kiss and make up. But that's all I have.
I love Sturdy.
I don't really
No,
have
I'm
anything
gonna
else.
Ninja Turtles. I definitely want to get on, definitely. But I hate jumping on halfway through. You know what I mean? Like, if I jump on it, I'm buying issue 1. I'm buying issue 2. But I don't know. I might ask my mate if because the heavier our delivery is, obviously the more price costs. I might see if I can order a couple of the trade paperbacks of the Ninja Turtles and then try to catch up. Because that's what I've done with Walking Dead.
It's a good way to do it.
I bought the Compodians, like the big freaking books.
Yep.
Then I bought a couple of volumes and I was up to date. And then I started buying single issues. So I might do the same with Ninja Turtles, I think.
It's a good way to do it, man. Honestly, that's what I've done a couple times. Is I just buy like a trade, and then I'll go and hunt for the issues if I end up like really loving it, or I just read it on. I mean, when it's like Marvel Unlimited, I just read it online like the first 2-3 issues, and if I love it, it's time to go hunting.
Can't do it, man. I hate hunting. Honestly, like I know that's a big part of the hobby, but I'm just an ongoing kind of person. Like, give me the stuff for the week, and then I'm never gonna look for anything.
That's fair, man. That's fair.
I've got one for you guys, a question without notice.
Uh-huh.
What is one series or one character that they're not writing that you want to see?
I honestly don't have one.
I mean,
Depends, like DC, Marvel.
just like
Just in general.
for me, I know that there's a lot of like Spider-Man books, and we don't want it to be like fucking Batman. But for me though, I need to have a Spider-Gwen story ongoing. And the reason why I don't think that it'd be like, oh, it's just another Spider-Man book is because every time that she's had an ongoing title, it's absolutely separate from like Spider-Man and what he's doing. He may pop up here and there, you know what I mean? If there's like a big Spider-Man event that's happening in all of the, that affects all the Spider people, her book will, yeah, actually, her book has never even tied in, man. She just happens to show up in those titles. So it wouldn't feel like, oh, it's just another Spider-Man book, And I've been just fucking pretty bummed out, man, that I haven't had a Spider-Gwen title in like.
And
I don't know, over a year.
they ended her last
I thought
one.
they had a Spider-Gwen title.
They ended her last one pretty abruptly. Like,
Yeah, man. It was 10 issues, dude. I think, right? Like
no,
10.
14.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, and they just fucking ended. And that was over a year and a half ago, right, man?
I mean, I didn't read the series, but like I know that the issue 14 was an outlawed tie-in, so I bought it. And in that story, that was a cliffhanger story. Like it set up a story and it just ended. And then she showed up in King and Black tie-ins, and that story just kind of like, it was like, oh, Noel saying like, I'm gonna keep an eye on you, you're interesting, and then that was it. Like,
Exactly. And you know what? I honestly think that what they're doing is just, getting her ready for Into the Spider-Verse 2, and obviously they want to make it a big, Spider-Gwen's back, all of that stuff. But it's been like a fucking year and a half. So for me, it's Spider-Gwen, man. Like I really want a Spider-Gwen ongoing. And then
Surprised they haven't got, because she's a pretty popular character.
fuck yeah, she is.
yeah.
And then the other ongoing that I wish that I could get is well, I was gonna say another Scarlet Spider, but with Kane. because the last one was it started off good and it was funny and it was interesting, but for the most part it was a pretty bad title. I mean, we're getting Spider-Man Beyond, so I don't know if maybe Kane will be involved in that, but yeah, I mean, for me the first two characters that come into mind, man, are Spider characters. So I just really wish that we're gonna get a Spider-Gwen ongoing book pretty soon here. Um,
What about you, Matt?
yeah, but
Oh, I had one when I asked a question, but now I forgot it. But one that I do, no, definitely, Jonah Hex. I love
Jonah Hex.
Jonah
oh,
Hex.
that's interesting. All right.
I love my Wild Wild West stuff, but Jonah Hex and yeah, I had it at the tip of my tongue when I asked the question, and then I just totally forgot. I went blank.
Oh,
But,
you know what? Sorry, actually, hold on. One more. Actually, Hawkeye, man. Oh, fuck. I need an ongoing Hawkeye. Yeah,
Huh.
I
I
don't
don't-
know when his daughter doesn't have that title anymore, or
daughter.
didn't his daughter become Hawkeye and she have the title, or did
Oh, you're thinking of Kate Bishop? That's not his daughter.
no, it's not his daughter. Well, that's how much I know.
Yeah. But yeah, she had a title for a bit. But I need a Hawkeye ongoing, man, because the last mini that we got was Free Fall from Matt Fraction, and that shit was fucking phenomenal. But yeah, man, I need another long term ongoing, kind of like Mark Waid's run way back in the day, because that was just phenomenal. So yeah, man.
I had Mark over here yesterday, the guy that I'm starting to do some YouTube videos.
Yeah, dude. So Hawkeye for me.
Um,
You Manny? Anything?
Matt, you're cutting off. If you can hear me,
Oh.
Matt, you're cutting off a bit. But
Oh yeah, you just froze.
I
Lost you,
I just thought about. It's not really something that I would like to see. I mean, it's just something that I would like to see. It's Power Rangers to move on from Mighty Morphin and start going into like In Space,
Yeah.
Zeo, all that stuff.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
Matt, we lost you.
Yeah, I noticed that because you were like this, man, and I was thinking,
No.
is he listening or what's he's very good poser. No, I was saying I had my mate Mark over yesterday doing the YouTube videos, and we were talking about Mark Waid. No,
Okay.
I couldn't remember what I read from Mark Waid, and it was Kingdom Come is what I read.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But then did he do the Flash as well? I'm pretty sure he done the Flash. Wally's one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. 'Cause I was just trying to figure out, because when you said Mark Waid, I was like, I know I've read more books than... It was the Flash, that was it.
That's the only thing I know him from.
Dude, he's a phenomenal. Fuck, man, he's just a phenomenal writer. Goddamn.
But that's why I'm gonna do a video with Mark, and then we should do one as well. Maybe not now, but give you times to think. We should do a video and a topic and a discussion about who we feel are the top 5 best writers as of now.
I would like that.
Sure.
Down for that.
As of now.
Let's do that next week.
Let's do it.
Well, I mean, next week was
If I
supposed to
can
be
get up.
Yeah, the week after.
to kind of wrap it up. Yeah, like next week is gonna be the Loki, so we can talk about episodes 3, 4,
Yeah, my
and 5.
missus, yeah, she'll come and join in us, and she's loving it so much. Hey, Amor, you're loving like that. She loves it.
So yeah, we'll talk about 3, 4, and 5. Look forward to number 6, and then I guess in 2 weeks we can do that. Or favorite writers or top writers. But,
So I reckon it's like a hard list to come up with, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can only think of 2 off the top of my head. No.
Donny Cates, Tom Taylor, Ed Brawlbreaker.
Okay, so you thought of
Great.
one more. Okay, yeah, that was so much harder.
Joshua Williamson, Hickman.
You gotta save this for
What
next.
is
You gotta save them, man. Calm it down. Calm it down.
Okay?
Like right. Hey, you guys.
No,
gotta-
I'm just saying there's a big list. It's not as easy as you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying I gotta think about it because I can only think of 2 or 3 right
Hickman,
now.
I can think of
but-
6.
You know,
Well, I can just tell you, Ed Brawlbreaker's going to be my number 1.
no.
I've got a man crushing him at the moment.
All right. Well, with that, do you guys have any of the other books that you want to talk about? Like
I'm
that?
good, man.